Good morning! Welcome back to a new video. As you see, we have brought this machine inside. What was its name? I don't remember. It was the most popular one was Frankenstein. Another cool one was another one, like a DIY tractor in the World War II. It was another name. I'll find the comment maybe and I'll put it down. That was maybe the name I really liked, kind of really unique. But yes, we're gonna work on the bucket and the fork. For now, first we're gonna start with the bucket. We wanna see if we can scoop dirt. That's kind of important. Then of course also a fork is extremely important, and then we'll see what other tools we need for it. But for now, those are two most important. So yeah, first we have to attach the hooks. Not the hooks, but the connections here. I have them pre-made ones, so I don't need to drill, and they're really heavy duty. So you just weld it on and done, you have a hole. So we're gonna first do this, and then we're gonna start seeing how to make the bucket. The neighbor, again, has given me some good metal. I don't know if it's enough, but we're gonna try to see if we can make it work. But yeah, I hope it's enough and it makes a big enough bucket. But maybe we make a small bucket and then a bigger bucket for lighter things like hay, or you know, old or like rotten hay and things like that that are not so heavy. But seeing what it could lift, I don't think it's gonna have struggle of lifting. We more have to resolve the balance problem because it's such a low profile, the width. We need to worry about falling over when things are lifting high up. But I think with some stoppers here on the front wheels, it should hold it down to the ground quite softly. But yes, let's get started, attach these, and then continue on with the bucket. What? You make fun of me, because I'm a hard worker. Yep, that's straight. Go.
Here? Where? Around them?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I moved. Wait. Yeah.
Hey, you break it. You broke it.
Yeah, I'm about to break it if you don't do another one on the other side. So it is all finished. The bucket is done. As you can see, I've connected it all up. So it is ready for a test. I actually drove into the dirt a bit and it felt like it scooped absolutely with zero problems. Just depends on how well can it lift. One problem I'm noticing is that the rear is starting to lift up in the air, so we're starting to lose the balance and too much weight in the front, which means we need to add some weights in the back for you know, using the front loader, because it's not going to be able to hold itself down. I'm not heavy enough. So yeah, let's try it out with some gravel.
That was the extra weight and guess didn't really do any difference.
Already also too heavy maybe?
All of it together. That was okay. Yesterday was, you know, fine. With me even hanging on the end. It's the cylinder, the bucket, everything adds up. So after this very important test, we have realized that what I have built here is completely non-functioning, in the sense that it is amazing and it can lift and it can do things, but it's too light. I built something that you could probably throw on actually a mini tractor that weighs probably, you know, a few hundred kilos, not something that's barely 200 kilos. So a problem is that the front loader probably is as heavy as the whole machine, and the back is just bling woo, floating around. And as soon as you try to lift something, the hydraulics can lift. It has enough power to run the hydraulic cylinders, but it doesn't have enough power to hold itself to the ground. So I'm not heavy enough, and I don't think that would matter. I think we need more weight in the back. So what we need is weights. If you know that front loaders usually, I mean, even on a big tractor and front loader, you usually put weights in the back. So we'll just have to find something extremely heavy and throw it on the back, and hope that the axles don't break in half, because, you know, we're starting to add way too much weight that I don't think it was designed for. So yeah, what I'm trying to do here is quite beyond crazy, I feel. No? You think it's good? I think it's good.
It looks good.
It looks good. It drives. And then we try to lift something, it goes, wow, I'm not stable, I'm dizzy. So, and also bent one of the arms. So clearly a design flaw there. The other one is fine. I guess, yeah, we just need some reinforcements. I did not expect the amount of power these hydraulics are pushing out. It's quite a lot. So it does work, but the weight in the back, the ballast weight, is just not enough, so we don't have a good balance between back and forth. It's very narrow, the build of it, so it is also really easy, you know, for it to go like this, but it is mostly the weight distribution. I did use pretty heavy metal for the front loader, so that's probably adding quite a bit, but I think once I added the cylinder and the shovel, that's when it got really heavy. Before we were able to like lift without any problem. It was no movement around. And we tried the hay roll there in the back, and it was able to lift that like no problem. So it is that these two things added so much extra weight that, yeah, it's a lot harder for it. So now we're gonna build the fork. So this is gonna be for our hay, and I think that's gonna be a lot lighter, and it's gonna be a lot easier maybe for the machine to work. Hay is not that heavy as gravel. It was able to lift the full load and drive it around, but the back wheels are like floating, so they're like spinning in the air a lot of times. So yeah, I need to see either I make some wheel weights so it doesn't put the pressure on the drive shaft, it puts the pressure on the wheels, so the wheels are extremely heavy. And I don't know how you fill up the wheels with, I think they put water in the wheels, but where do you do that? So could get that done as well. Could just put fatter wheels or double wheels or something extra. But yeah, for now it does work, and we just need to we need to improve the weight in the back. I am scared to put too much weight in the back as well, because you know it does put a lot of pressure on the machine. We are kind of overdoing it what it's meant to be used for. It was fine as it was, and then I started adding these insane ideas. But yeah, it is fun. I'm learning from these lessons. I did build a really good front loader, but maybe the machine I put it on was just not what it was made for. Maybe I'm thinking too big, and I should have made it half the size and use skinnier metal. But yeah, working on the budget from mostly scrap metal that is not really usable in anything else. So yeah, it is fun. Let's get on with the fork. There. So with the fork is made, I don't have finished the welding because I ran out of welding wire for the automatic welder. The stick welding is just not going so good and so nice as the other one, so I'm just gonna finish up the welds later. But as you can see, they can hold my weight, and I don't think the hay is gonna be heavier than that. So we're gonna try it out on this hay, which is a bit out of the pile. Usually I take the big tractor and scoop it up, but that doesn't work so well because it more like piles it up. This one can dump it on top. So I hope that this is gonna work really well for doing hay jobs like cleaning out the hay barn and things like that. This is the poop hay, so this is our compost pile, so these are gonna compost. And yeah, we're gonna have to cover it so it goes even faster, but we need to wait for a big rain so it gets all soaking wet and then we cover it. So in the heat it would be rotting really fast. Few months and it's rotten. Now like this is gonna take years to rot. So we're just gonna scoop it up, so we're keeping the pile, you know, nice and compact instead of letting it spread out. And yeah, I hope that this fork is gonna help us also clean out the barn, clean up the hay on the floors and things like that. So let's try it out, see how good it can clean up this front here. So it works amazing. I think the hay is a much easier purpose for this than the bucket. The bucket itself was quite heavy, so I think that added. This one here is not that heavy and it's not so forwarded, but we do need to fix the angle a bit. It's not dumping enough, especially hay is kind of sticky and it's not heavy, so it is hard to like roll it off, so you don't need so much up. For logs and something like that, if you were bringing a log, you do need it up so it stays kind of locked in. But in this case, you would better want it more dumping, because it doesn't dump the hay out. You kind of need to shake it with the hydraulic. Luckily, this big cylinder is so good that you can literally jiggle it like this and it actually does shake it. I think the other cylinder just has a huge problem with its rubbers inside. So the oil is pretty much skipping from one side to the other, making it go very slowly and because it has to be very fast. On this system, it's spinning really fast, the pump. As you see, the big cylinder just running up and down. I'm doing like a biddy. So yeah, I think it works pretty good. We do need to figure out the ballast weight, but I did drive it on some rough terrain and it doesn't fall over. I have put some stoppers in so it cannot bend so much. And it really doesn't feel like it will fall over so easily. And if it does, I just drop the hydraulics to catch myself, kind of. It's not as good as an excavator. You cannot just catch yourself, you know, towards where you're falling. But it can at least like add some extra like stomping down force, not to be all on the tires. But I think it works pretty good. I think the biggest thing we need to solve is the weight distribution. We need to add something on the wheels. And yeah, other than that, it kind of works. I have some oil leaks here and there, need to solve, but yeah. I think that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. We're gonna see you next time. Bye bye.
Yeah, we actually have some work to do with this one, but you'll see it in the next video.
Yeah, I forgot to say it.